August 21st, 1986. In the remote mountains of Cameroon, a hidden killer waited. It was invisible, silent, lethal. No one knew it, but the lake itself was preparing to breathe death. The people around Lake Nyos lived simple lives. Children played by the water. Farmers tilled the land. To them, the lake was life itself, a source of water, fish, and beauty. Yet, beneath its calm surface, a deadly secret was slowly accumulating. Carbon dioxide, trapped and pressurized over decades, layer upon layer, waiting. Lake Nyos was a limnic lake, deep, volcanic, and quietly dangerous. Magma beneath the earth released carbon dioxide, which dissolved into the water. Normally, the gas stays trapped at the bottom, but under certain conditions, temperature changes, pressure, or even a landslide, the lake could burp. And when it does, it releases a deadly cloud capable of suffocating everything in its path. On that morning, there were subtle signs that something was wrong. A strange mist hovered over the water. Some villagers noticed a faint, sweet smell, the smell of carbon dioxide. Yet nobody could imagine what was about to happen. In less than an hour, this invisible gas would roll down the mountains like a silent, unstoppable wave. Then it happened. Lake Nyos sighed. 1.6 million cubic meters of carbon dioxide erupted from the depths. The gas, heavier than air, hugged the ground, flowing into villages, homes, and fields. People, children, and animals collapsed silently. Within minutes, 1,700 lives were gone. Friends, neighbors, entire families vanished into the invisible killer. When the cloud lifted, the scene was one of unimaginable horror. Homes were intact, yet the streets were empty. Dogs, goats, and chickens lay lifeless. The river nearby had vanished into the invisible cloud, and all around, survivors were left in shock, struggling to comprehend a tragedy without sound or fire. Scientists rushed to the scene, trying to understand what had happened. They found that Lake Nyos had become supersaturated with carbon dioxide from volcanic activity below. The gas, trapped under pressure, had suddenly released in a limnic eruption. The revelation stunned the scientific community. A lake, silent and still, had become a killer without warning. We knew limnic lakes were dangerous, but nothing could prepare us for the scale of Lake Nyos. The tragedy sent shockwaves around the world. Scientists and engineers devised ways to prevent another disaster. Degassing systems were installed to safely release carbon dioxide, one bubble at a time. Slowly, the lake began to breathe safely, yet its legacy of death remained etched in memory. Today, the lake appears calm, reflecting the sky above, but for the survivors and families of the victims, the memory is vivid. Stories are passed down of the lake that silently claimed life, of families lost in an instant, and science continues to watch, reminding us that nature's quietest threats are often its deadliest. We will never forget. The lake is beautiful, but we remember what it can do. Lake Nyos, a lake that learned to sigh, a lake that whispered death from its depths, and a reminder. Sometimes the most dangerous things in our world are the ones we cannot see. Remembering Lake Nyos, 1986. 1,700 lives lost. Nature's quiet power is never to be underestimated.